receive a letter last January, and it said when someone moves out of the area or if someone passes away, I can get the space.
The problem is, as parents get older, most people disabled rely on their family, and that's more difficult. It's now November, so that's nearly a year he's been waiting, and there's been no vacancy on dial-a-ride.
Me and Peter waiting for transport to dial-a-ride in Wallington, where we live. We've been waiting for a year. So they're waiting for somebody. We're waiting for somebody to move out of the area. That's their answer.
To move out?
Move out of the area before we can join up.
In theory, I mean, if we went to Joyce, she'd basically say that shouldn't happen, I'll look into it. There's no, this is not like waiting for a place in a hotel, you know, you don't have to wait until someone moves out before your turn comes up. They do have, they're limited in terms of drivers and vehicles, but they're getting more all the time. So just because this week they can't do your run doesn't mean that they can't do it next week.
Come through. You were living in Leatherhead and you moved to Wallington, and they haven't given you any indication of how long you might have to wait for this?
On file.
To report a problem with the current journey, to make a booking to travel today.
And nowhere to clamp.
Nowhere to clamp your wheelchair, right. Is that true of all buses, or is that a particular bus route where they haven't got that? All buses?
As an MP, what do you know about transport for a disabled person?
I know a little bit because I was involved in local government before, and it was appalling then, and it's improved dramatically. The public services, buses, cabs, dial-a-rides and so forth have come on enormously. There's still more to do and more to see. One's particularly conscious if you live in a place like Leatherhead, because there are a number of organisations looking after disabled people with all sorts of different disabilities, and it's a positive, reflective town. The businesses and so forth are positive about it. Then you see the lack of thinking sometimes, the lack of forethought of people who assume that you can put a wheelchair like yours into a space in just one go. And I think we've gone a long way, but we've got a long way further to go.
Exactly, I totally agree.
I'm from Guildford. I take the Guildford dial-a-ride every week to come here, and they've just had 11 new buses delivered in August. All of them have had technical problems, so for the past 2 weeks they've been not working. But now they're back. But I rang them last week. Between ringing them and emailed them 5 times. By Friday I'd got no response, so I rang them in desperation for coming here, and I go to daycare in Camberley twice a week. And so I got an email from them Friday night, too late to do anything, saying, we can do next week, but not this week. So I'm having to take private hire taxi here, and Dad is picking me up tonight and tomorrow night, and hopefully for the rest of the week.
The actual movement of the chair is very, very beautiful. There's lots of beautiful shapes and things that produce beautiful shapes.
It's strange that I can get them sometimes, and sometimes it works wonderfully, and then it'll just come to an absolute shuddering halt. And because of, like Pete, because of the chair, I mean, I wasn't always in the chair, so I'm really finding now that I need a vehicle with a tailgate. Yeah. And fortunately, the taxi firm I use, Regency, have got tailgates, but I really have to be careful and, say, I need tailgating. When I can't get dial-a-ride, it's a real problem. And because I work voluntarily here, you know, I need to be here 2 days a week.
I start the session at 2 o'clock. Then I finish at 4:30. But unfortunately, because of transport, I'm leaving at 2:45 today, which is really annoying. That's why I keep it usually well put.
I booked dial-a-ride a couple of weeks ago for this Saturday. Dial-a-ride didn't turn up and I was left stranded, unable to go to town because the office is closed on weekends, so I was unable to contact them.
Last Saturday, when I came back from Warrington, I had to look at the table in the hallway, and I saw an envelope with the House of Commons. It said to me it was a reply from Tom Blake, and with the letter was the letter he received from dial-a-ride, and he said again, get on dial-a-ride with no problem, and whenever got so much problem to get on dial-a-ride, Tom Blake, when he came to the booth, he got the wrong hand on the stick. I am still very, very angry. I thought I got get somewhere with somebody on board. It feels like I am back to square one again.